Have you noticed that recently every movie feels like a remake, a reboot, or a sequel that nobody has asked for? Hollywood is treating our childhood memories the same way Netflix treats true crime documentaries: unlimited use and no shame. Today we're talking about nostalgia bait, how film studios discovered that instead of creating new ideas, they could just recycle the old ones. Nostalgia used to be personal. You'd rewatch High School Musical, Harry Potter, or Finding Nemo because those movies reminded you of a time where your biggest problem was not finishing homework or keeping your Tamagotchi alive. It wasn't that deep, life was great, but studios saw the emotional reaction and realized, oh, this is actually quite profitable. You'll pay for feelings because nostalgia is a mood drug. It lowers stress, boosts comfort, and makes us feel safe. So Hollywood went, why spend millions creating original stories when we can just make the same ones again, slap a brand new poster on it, and call it reimagined or a sequel, especially like 20 years after the original movie. Feels like that's so common. They're like, 20 years later, we're going to continue the story. I've just been noticing it everywhere. So let's talk about numbers. Disney has remade nearly every single animated classic in the catalogue. These are the movies that they have remade. And then you also have revivals, such as these movies. And not to mention Mean Girls, which is the movie that is based on the musical, which is based on the movie. We're rebooting reboots, and studios love this because it is financially safe. They don't have to introduce new characters or build new worlds. The audience already knows them, and inevitably they're going to go to the cinema, they're going to go pay to see it. The studios are going to get loads and loads of money, and we're going to get the same nonsense on our screens as always. Because Hollywood isn't selling movies, they're simply selling memories. And this is where the manipulation comes in, because studios don't even need a good story. They just need to trigger recognition. Trailers don't sell plots anymore, they sell moments. Such iconic moments as these. To despair and hope, through faith. And that is simply nostalgia bait. Whenever a trailer says something like, remember this, they're not communicating, they're conditioning. And that sounds a little bit like a conspiracy theory, but I think it's true. I don't have my tinfoil hat on me, but I think it's true. It just feels like they're getting a reaction without actually earning it. And the problem lies in the fact that if nostalgia movies keep making money, studios don't have a reason to make new stories. Why risk creating the new Inception or the next Get Out when you can safely remake something that already has a guaranteed audience? I guess there should just be a balance, but recently I just feel like I've noticed it quite a lot. And I guess the feeling I have is that cinema is slowly turning into a recycling factory. We're always going to have some original, incredible movies that will never go away, but I just feel like the big movies in the cinema just feels like they're recycling old material just to hook people in, get money, get out of there. And audiences will watch a movie and be like, oh, I remember that from 20 years ago. They referenced that thing. It's a reference. Haha. And that's it. Like, it's sad. It just feels like nostalgia has become a marketing strategy, a way to make the past profitable. And I know this sounds dramatic, but I feel like the push for new franchises is shrinking. Original screenplays struggle to get funded, and studios want intellectual property, not imagination. And once again, that sucks. And the crazy thing is, everyone knows this. I'm not saying anything original, anything that you haven't heard before, because we complain, we roll our eyes, and we say that Hollywood is running out of ideas, but we still buy a ticket anyway, because a small part of us hopes that when watching Toy Story or Scream, we're going to be able to feel like a kid again for 2 hours. And sometimes it does work, because when nostalgia is used creatively, like Top Gun Maverick or Spider-Man No Way Home, audiences love it, and it's really cool. But whenever it's used as a cash grab, you just instantly feel the difference. Well, I think we do. I have no proof to back this up. It's just what I think. So nostalgia in movies can be warm, comforting, emotional, and beautiful, but film studios know exactly how to get our money. The question isn't, is nostalgia bad? It's, are we okay with Hollywood profits being built on recycled memories? So can you please let me know, am I crazy? Am I the only person that has noticed all this kind of like nostalgia bait? Please let me know, because I think it's quite an interesting topic to think about. And I feel like it's important for me to state that obviously we have loads and loads of original films coming out. It feels like original movies are being underfunded. They're struggling, and we're just kind of like depending on this nostalgia bait, and that's where all the money is going. And I know that's where all the profit comes from, but like, come on. But that's everything I have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.